Oh, let's go. I hate this place.
I can't keep up. You rush at such a pace.
I just can't stand the way your household runs. And no one cares what I wish to have done.
But
you, Miss Sarah, bold lassie, a little brazen and very sassy. You butt into everything to speak your mind. But you, grandson, are a fool of the worst kind. It is I, your grandmother, who pronounced this edict. And to my son, your father, I have oft predicted that you'll turn out to be a worthless wastrel.
Grandma,
My lord, his sister. You seem so discreet and so untainted, so very sweet. But the steeliest waters are filled with scum. And your sly ways are my revulsion. Daughter, you are extravagant, and it wounds me, I guess, to see you sashay about, dressed like a princess. And the riffraff you invite to your estate. Look at these two hippies, cruising and canoodling. I hope you're married to each other.
Madam, after all.
And her brother. I respect you, love you, revere you too. But finally, if I were my son, her spouse, I would at once beg you to leave this house. Without cease you preach your rules and mottos, which decent people should never follow.
Your man Tartuffe is satisfied. No fear.
Tartuffe. He is a holy man whom all should hear. And I cannot bear without great rude to hear him mocked by a fool like you.
What? Am I to bear myself a carping critic, a base usurper with a power tyrannic?
If we were to hear and obey his whims, we couldn't do anything without sins.
And everything he forbids is well forbidden. He strives to guide y'all on the road to heaven.
No, Grandma. Neither Dad nor anyone else can oblige me to wish for his good health. I'd be false to myself if I didn't say this. When I see him around, I begin to get pissed.
He's a beggar who was barefoot when he came hence, and his whole wardrobe wasn't worth 2 cents. Certainly it's a cause for remark when a nobody acts like a patriarch.
Oh, mercy on me. Things would be better if y'all would only follow his holy orders.
He passes man for a saint in your fantasy, but I swear he acts with hypocrisy.
Watch your tongue.
Not to him nor his man Laurent would I trust my honor without good warrant.
Oh, you only treat him with hate and aversion because he truly strives for your conversion. He holds his heart up against his sin, and the glory of God is all he hopes to win.
Yes, but why? Especially during some time past. Was he banned all gifts from our home? Would you like it explained just between us?
Mm-hmm.
Of Madam there on my oath. He is jealous.
Oh, be quiet. Let him speak. Others too condemn the company you keep. But all this hassling is off the subject. Yes, Missy, your neighbor next door, lives a life that is perfect, with all her thoughts on heaven, and I hear she deeply mourns the way y'all live here.
Yes, well, the lady herself is quite an example. If you want a chaste life, she's a nice sample. It's the last resort of the age and flirt. So peeved at having no man at her skirt. That alone and abandoned to solitude, her only recourse is to become a prude.
Such idle tales from a silly song. In your home, my dear, I've been silenced for too long. Because like a crap shooter with a die, Madame won't give up her turn. Well, now my chance has come. I applaud my son's great wisdom in opening his home to this holy person. Adieu, my daughter. I'll say no more. But I don't intend to darken your door for a long, long time. You've fallen from grace. Well, hurry up there. Don't stand staring into space. Oh, Lord Almighty, I'll cut your silly face. Go on, you slut. Go on.
I'm not following. I'm sure there'd only be more quarreling. How that old harridan.
How I regret that she can't hear you use that epithet.
What a fuss she made about nearly nothing. What a passion for talk, too. Her darling.
You know, she is normal compared to her son. If you could see him, you'd say here is one who is nuts. During the war, he seemed quite sage, and in serving the governor, showed some courage. But he has become an absolute fool since he's given himself up to Tartuffe's rule. He calls him his brother and the love of his life, more dear than mother, daughter, son, or wife. At dinner, he gives him the highest place and watches with joy as he stuffs his face. With cakes and tarts and the best part of a pig. And should he happen to hiccup or fart, he says, "Oh, brother, God be with you." He is mad about him, Tartuffe, who uses our dupe to make a buck, knows 100 wily ways to pluck this duck.
You should be glad you missed the chore of attending her lecture beside the door.
Here comes my spouse. Since he doesn't see me, I'm going upstairs to rest quietly.
Then I'll remain with no pleasure on my part to tell him hello and then quickly depart.
Ask him about the marriage of my sister Marianne. I think Tartuffe will oppose it if he can. The heat that inflames my sister and Valere has made my sweet sister so very dear.
He's here. Oh.
Well, hello, brother. I'm glad you've returned before my departure. The countryside isn't quite blossoming yet. Yes, well, one second, brother, if you please. I just need to put my mind at ease and soothe my fears about the things that have been happening here. Doreen. Oh, thank you. These, last 2 days, what's going on? What's happening? How's everyone?
That first day, your wife had a bad fever and a headache that just wouldn't leave her.
What about Tartuffe?
Tartuffe, he's in splendid shape, fat and flabby with red lips and a shining face.
Poor fella.
That night, your wife was so sick and so feverish that she could only pick at her dinner and she could scarcely eat a bite.
Uh-huh. What about Tartuffe?
Tartuffe, he alone ate with all his might.
All alone? Poor fella.
Drowsy from all that he consumed, he left the table, went straight to his room, and fell quickly into his nice warm sack, where he slept all night, flat on his back.
Flat on his back? Poor fella.
Well, both of them are now quite fine. I'll be going up to tell your wife about your deep concern at this threat to her life.
Thank you. Thank you kindly, dog.
She's making fun of you to your face, brother. And though I don't intend to be a bother, I must frankly admit that there's some justice in what she says. What a crazy caprice you have for him. And how could he exert such charm that you'll even let your wife be hurt? After taking this pauper into your house, you go so far.
Oh, there, brother. You go too far. You don't know the man to whom you refer.
Okay, say I don't know him if you prefer, but then you know what kind of man he might be.
Brother, if you could only see him, then your joy would be gargantuan. From every earthly passion, he has freed my life. Why, I watched my mother, my brother, my sister, my wife, drop dead without thinking about it like that.
My goodness, brother, I think you are crazy. Are you mocking me with sheer lunacy? And how can you pretend that this pure rock?
Oh, now, brother. Your words, they reek of that free thought.
Go on. All your tart sermons scarcely smart. I know what I'm saying, and God sees my heart.
Yes, it's true, brother. You are a renowned teacher. And next to you, well, all of the men are quite dumb.
Brother, I know I'm not the wisest one, nor the most learned man in Christendom, but in moral matters, my greatest coup is to differentiate false from true. These people, I say, whose uncommon hurry on the path to heaven is their treasure.
brother. Are you quite through?
Yes. Your humble servant.
Pardon me, one word, brother. Yeah? Let's drop this discussion. You know that Moliere has your word that he will be Mary Ann's spouse.
Yes.
And you've announced this fact in your house.
That is true. That is true.
Then why postpone the event?
I don't know.
Do you intend to recant?
Possibly.
How could you go back on your word?
Well, I didn't say I knew that.
Why do you speak with such finesse? Moliere sent me to ask you this verbatim.
Well, praise God.
But what shall I report to him?
Tell him anything you choose.
But it is essential to know your plans. What are they?
To do all that God wishes.
Stick to the point. I know your promise. Will you keep it, yes or no? Farewell. I fear his promise will be withdrawn, so I better report what's going on.